Chase, we kind of talked about in the press conference about momentum. You had it in the heat race, but you said in the press conference that you just can't you can't doubt Eli, what he's capable of. You get into that main event, by the 10-minute mark, you're all over him. At that moment, are you able to mentally stay in it, or do you go, oh, like the heat race starts to replay, like I got him, and then how did that go away from you?
I mean, I definitely felt like I was going good. He figured out that sand section probably about the time he started pulling away was when he really started to get that sand section good. Then I was going inside and it wasn't working too well. I tried outside, I almost fell. So besides for that one section, I felt like I rode really good. Just kind of, feel like I was trying to make up time around the rest of the track. I was losing so much in one section. So as far as my riding, I was good. Definitely lost a lot, like I said, in that one section. But other than that, I felt solid and looking forward to moving on. And second's not horrible, but it's not great either. So looking forward to Tampa.
Is it surprising to you at all? I mean, we're early in the championship, but for the most part, you and Eli are kind of separating yourselves already a little bit. Cooper didn't have a great night. Jason's been a little up and down this year. I think that would surprise people coming into the season that you and Eli have already been so consistently good these first few rounds.
It's almost a little bit like outdoors a little bit, but Jason and those guys, you can't count them out. They're gonna be there. Cooper's gonna be there. Just tonight we were a little bit separated from them, but yeah, well, it changes every weekend, so it's exciting and it's fun racing Eli. He's a great competitor, super gnarly, and definitely got to be on your game to beat him. So that's exciting every weekend.
I got to take a closer look at your bike this weekend. I haven't gone to this year, and I noticed the work that's done to the frame. Basically, there's quite a bit done there, and you're allowed to basically brace frames in AMA Supercross, but it's pretty unique, and that's not something that's just basically cobbled together. That's a lot of guys working pretty hard to come up with exact areas that need to be changed. How long have you been testing stuff like that, and how big of an improvement has that been for you?
Yeah, well, Geyser he was the first one to really run it over in the GPs, just for stability reasons. And I tried it last year before outdoors. We had it in Supercross last year. We had the option to try it. I tried it, didn't like it. Tried it again in outdoors, didn't like it. And then we tried it in Supercross this year, and with the BFR, and just the bike is a lot different, like I said before. So it just takes a lot of different things to make it work, and it's definitely a lot more stable for me, and a lot different characteristic, but it's good so far. And Colt and I are both on it, and Kenny, I think, ran it in outdoors last year, but I was, like I said, on the normal one. So yeah, they've done a lot of research and development, obviously, and the Japanese are really the ones behind that, those braces. So.
Whenever something like that is done to the bike, people see where it is and go, oh, it must change something exactly in that area, but it can change throughout the bike. I heard some comments from your mechanic that you felt it a lot on the rear portion of the bike even.
Yes, a lot. That's why I didn't run it last year. It was really overpowering the front last year from the rear, and the patches around the front of it. So it's crazy how much that stuff changes the bike and how much it feels different. It honestly doesn't feel like a Honda anymore. It feels like a completely different bike. So yeah, a lot of upper people that are a lot smarter than me make those decisions, and I'm just the guy that kind of gives the feedback.
Is that really motivating to have a team that is willing to go through that much of lengths to get you comfortable and get you where you need to be?
For sure. I mean, I've definitely been vocal about not being happy with the bike, and they've taken that and obviously made it better, and that's really the main goal. So, like I said, they've been hard at work and stoked that they have gone to these lengths to make this thing a lot better.
Last one I'll hit you with. When I spoke to Eli, he kept commenting how fast the track was tonight and how good it was to get into a race that had a more open Supercross track. He said a little more like a Glendale, for instance, some big G outs, place where, again, stability, not only in a straight line, but the bike's ability to handle those G loads in some of the big rhythms, particularly the triple quad. He seemed very happy coming out of the race, which your parents good. But in your same boat, though, you said you felt really good tonight. Is it nice to come out of a different bit of conditions and know you're in a very rounded package right now?
For sure. I think we've almost had every kind of track this year so far. It's been tight, rutted, and now we have this one, which was still rutted, but more hard-packed and open. Yeah, bike feels good, and definitely excited because I feel like when the track gets slicker, it wasn't super super slick tonight, but it was definitely had a little bit of a base to it. We struggled last year, and tonight my bike felt a lot better and a lot more stable. So overall positive, and like I said, we're making small adjustments during the week, but not anything big, and I'm pretty happy with the bike right now.
Should apologize, I do have one more short one for you. This off-season, got to see you doing a little bit of traveling, a couple different things. We ran late because of destinations. Compared to years prior, did you do maybe a similar boot camp in terms of length, or have you come into the season maybe without going as many months into that? Are you a little fresher, per se, this year with kind of the off-season you had?
Yeah, I had a good off-season, got to travel. Obviously racing destinations was awesome, but I definitely didn't get on the bike. I guess I should say I was testing off and on in October, but not a lot. And then I really didn't start doing motos until mid-November, which I think allows me to kind of build into the season, like I've said. And today, again, was probably the best I've ridden, minus that one section. Even last week I rode well, obviously, but today I feel like my speed is getting a lot better, and I'm starting to really ride like myself. And overall, I just want to keep getting better every weekend. But as far as boot camp, I didn't do any riding during my boot camp off the bike stuff this year, which was cool. Got to really focus on that, and just taking it a little bit different since we are going to be racing longer, and the season's going to be, like I said, dragged out through all the way through September.